Loud sounds that make you jump. It's hard to sleep, you forget things. Many of you may still be wound up over the 7.0 earthquake and all of those aftershocks that follow. But what can you do about all of that stress? KTVA 11's Joe Vigil has been looking into this.
Well, we are doing something a little different tonight, not just looking at the problem, but really exploring a solution, ways to reduce stress, simple things anyone can do in just minutes. The big quake is something that may be playing out in your mind over and over again, a month and a half after it happened.
Because our minds, again, in the face of a really stressful, overwhelming experience, tend to really stick with the negative. We're kind of wired to search for threat and be aware of danger at all times. And so we have to work hard to level the playing field.
So how can you relax? We asked Anchorage licensed professional counselor Mandy Casarella for some help. She offered 3 suggestions.
We can just look around us. We do a practice called 4-3-2-1. And so the 4 stands for just look around the room and notice 4 blue or green things around you. And then take a breath. And then listen for 3 noises in the room. And then take a breath. And then just notice 2 breaths. Just really noticing that inhale and that exhale, pushing your tummy out on the exhale and letting it fall back in on the inhale. And then give yourself one kind and true thought.
Casarella did this exercise with some 3rd and 4th graders after the earthquake.
It was really amazing to watch them in that last part of one kind and true thought, that they all looked at each other and they said things like, I'm okay. I'm really glad to be here with you. Yeah, I'm really glad I didn't have to go through this alone. Yeah, oh my gosh, these are my favorite.
You can also use kimochis to help your kids.
After the earthquake, I had kids, adults pulling up all different feelings.
You make feeling soup. Just pick the words that describe how you feel. An easy way for parents to pick up on how their child is doing and help them. After the quake, some kids made a new word, nervited, a combination of nervous and excited.
They kind of made a new feeling. They were really excited by what happened, and they were also really nervous.
Just 2 quick and easy ways, not only to move on from the earthquake, but anytime life gets a little turbulent. And Mandy Casarella told us about one other exercise that, again, anyone can do. We will tell you about it in just a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone. We just showed you 2 easy ways to help reduce stress as many of us work through the big earthquake and those aftershocks. Our counselor's message to kids and adults: when something is bothering you, you can overcome it, but sometimes it just takes a little practice.
In the wake of a really big, overwhelming incident, our body's stress response gets activated. And so this is like everything, goes into fight or flight mode. It's amazing. It's our body's amazing ability to protect itself.
So what do you do to cope? And how do you relax? Licensed professional counselor Mandy Casarella says, respond to these statements to help take yourself out of panic mode. First, think of a time when you felt safe.
It might just be that I was riding in my car and I have a seatbelt on.
Think of a time when you felt satisfied.
It might just be that I really enjoyed that cup of coffee. There's nothing too small.
And think of a time when you felt connected.
That could be with a stranger. That could be with your partner. That could be with your parent. Repair mode is giving us a message that says it's okay, you don't have to stay in this amped up place. That is really good for our physical and our mental health. Practices like that are seen to help reduce depression and anxiety.
Just one more simple way to work through what's been a tough time for many. Now, Casarella says it's important to take inventory of yourself. Try to be aware of how you're doing physically and mentally. Maybe ask a friend how they think you're doing. And she says if you're staying in a panic mode and things are really eating at you, maybe for a month or longer, you may want to seek professional help.
And by the way, you can get those kimochis online.